messages in what they are sharing. Here is, a Gen Z as well, expressing herself in a very lengthy rant that I brought to you tonight. Meanwhile, before I play that, okay, earlier on YouTube, we were over 3,500, I think. However, on that same YouTube, we currently only have just about 600 of us who have actually liked this video. Do you know that if all of you, or let's say 50% of my viewers right now on YouTube, if 50% of you just said to just like this broadcast, you're going to take it over 1,000 within the next 2 minutes, just like that. And I also know that if you are watching this broadcast on your TV, yeah, that is not an excuse for why you can't really like it, okay? Just grab the remote control, press that, top side, left, right, down arrow. And once that pops up, you will see the thumb up there. Kind of move the mouse and like it. Here is one of the rants for day 3.
Yeah, this shit is crazy at this point. So yesterday I woke up and I saw a video with a young lady who was talking about the hardships in Nigeria. And I'm not even going to lie, it brought tears to my eyes because I could relate to every single thing she said. And as of today, the world wants to judge her and they want to put her in a corner and pretend as if she did such a bad thing, saying she insulted the president and everything. First of all, calling a president terrible is not an insult. What we're going through is the insult right now. They try very hard to take away our freedom of speech, our freedom of existing, while killing us with so much work that life these days is not sweet anymore. You know, we really, really try every day to wake up and say, you know what, God, the day is in your hands and whatever happens, happens, and we go about our business. But when I tell you, life is not sweet anymore. And this is based to the new government. So who are we actually supposed to cry to? And then the worst part of it, it's just like you're beating a child for no reason, beating them constantly, morning, night, next day, next year, every single moment, and you expect them not to cry. You even go as far as telling us like, oh, we're not allowed to make certain comments on our WhatsApp, which is a private app, or our Instagram or Facebook. If not, we'll face consequences, we'll be arrested or whatever. Are you fucking kidding me? So we should not cry anymore. We are dying. We're dying, and I'm sorry, she made a very valid point that everyone is trying so hard to pretend that they're doing okay or they're living great, but that's not the situation. And then what even pisses me more is not even the fact that she made the video, it's the fact that if you look into her comments, you have stupid people saying, oh, well, if life is so hard for you, move back to the village. If all of us decide to move back to the village, how much space do you think there will be? Life is unrealistically expensive. When I moved to Nigeria in 2019, I was not even spending 500k a month. And that is with me sewing my boo-boos, feeling nice, going for dinner. I never spent so much money. And now in 2025, from 2024, my bill went to close to 2 million in 2024. And in 2025, which is just 3 months, I'm getting closer to 3 million, 3+. And I'm not buying clothes, I'm not buying shoes, I'm not buying anything. This is just basic maintenance. We don't speak about petrol that I used to buy 4 jerrycans of 30 liters for less than 20,000 before. And that is with 4,000 naira tips. I was paying about 16k in 2023. And now in a week, I spend almost 200k. And this is with running my generator in the night. Because they act as if electricity is for fucking free. It's not free. I load my meter every month for 100k. It doesn't even get me anywhere. There's no lights. There's constantly problem with the feeder or transformer or TNT. I'm so sick of it. They act as if it is free. So we try very hard. And then the worst part is if you have business and you need to send files and you need internet in the daytime, you have to run your gen. That's almost 30k for the daytime and then 30k at night. That's 60k a day. It doesn't even make sense. And we're just trying to survive. We're not doing anything spectacular. We're not living large. And tell me now, who are we supposed to blame? I went from buying my hair product in 2019 December for 2,500 for hair oil. Now that same hair oil in 2025 is 26,000 naira for one hair oil. Let's not talk about eggs that used to be 800 naira per crate, now is 6.5 or more. In fact, the same eggs in places like Delis, which in fact, God bless the people that can afford to go there, is 19,000 a crate of egg. Which, how? Everyone is shutting down. Everyone is shutting up because we are so terrified that, oh, if we come out to say something, we are going to be sanctioned for freedom of speech. Remember, the government is for the people. The government is not supposed to be for themselves. They are not supposed to take over our whole lives and then leave us hanging. And then, yes, the truth is that a lot of people are still faking to be comfortable. Bro, how? I used to be able to buy a ticket for $1,000 something to go home. Now, if I want to go back to Romania, I'm spending for me and my daughter over $10,000, which is insane. This is without spending money. 10K should be able to help you have a good time in a place. You can't even do that anymore. And let's not talk about half of the things that break down on a daily basis. So even if you have a target budget for the month, oh, your osmosis broke, your water broke, the floor broke. The other last Sunday, my floor flooded. You know how much money I had to spend just to fix that? We're not even talking like we used to be able to save money. You work 30 days a month, or how many days you work. Even on the weekends, you're still working. And then you come back home and you can't even save a dime to say, okay, this is for emergencies, because all that money is going back into society, and you tell us not to vex. Like, what the fuck are we even talking about? Because I am so irritated, and even I want to cry because it doesn't make sense. Tell me why me, without buying Gucci's or Prada's or even going to restaurants, is spending almost 3 million naira on just maintenance. Like, tell me, how is that even possible? And you're telling us that you will be whipping us with koboko, and we're not supposed to cry. We're just supposed to shut up and take it, because this is how. And what makes me angry is every single day you see them announcing, oh, we gave 7 point something billion to this, we did this. No one is seeing the benefits of the money you guys are spending. The politicians are taking this money, taking it away from people. There's no infrastructure. The town really smells like shit. Like she said, even if you want to go take a walk, you cannot comfortably go take a walk in Lagos because, number one, you're scared somebody is going to rob you. Number two, it is hot as hell. Number three, there's nowhere to go. You took away landmark from us. The only place, tell me where you can even take a child to entertain her in this society. There's no beach anymore, except you're going to Aja, which is so far away, which by the time you consider the petrol you're going to use to get there and back, you're like, you know what, let's just stay home. The home is becoming suffocating because, come on, you might have a gorgeous house, but there's nothing else to do. And then at the same time, you tell people, oh, don't keep your children too much on the internet. What else is there to do? There are no national parks for you to go to. There's no little walkway for you to pass that you would feel safe enough to go. Everywhere smells like shit, for real. How? The sewage is every corner you walk through Lagos. The sewages are green. How? And you tell us not to cry. There's nothing I hate in this life more than an APC person approaching me, I swear to God, because every time they open their mouth, they give me a reason to hate them more. They're like, yeah, but the government is doing great. The president is doing great. Great where? Where? We are suffering while you guys are flying in private jets, enjoying your lives to the max, spending money that we can't even talk about. And then on top of that, a few days ago, out of all the laws you could make, you're like, oh, we're going to ban pornography. How? How is that affecting you? How is that affecting you? I personally don't care about that, but with all this suffering going in this country, people want to believe they are stressed somehow, but they can't even do that right now because you guys have turned it into something else where you've taken all the power, forgetting that the power is for the people. You've taken all our rights. What else do you want? You should as well just start killing people right now, because at the end of the day, what do you want from us though? And then another thing that people love to do is go on the internet and at least relieve that stress in some form of fashion. But no, MTN will mess you up. I load my phone with 20 gigs, which is 6.5 now, I think. Every 2 days, every day. The other week, I spent that same 20 gigs 3 times and I didn't even get my data. So even the small relaxation we get to go on the internet, we can't even enjoy it no more because you guys take everything. I don't think there's 10% of rich people in this country. And yet, oh God, You guys just take everything, and then you have the audacity to shut down someone that's called someone terrible. I wish someone would just call me terrible, because I won't even take offense to it. But come on. And people, like, the worst thing that could have happened to Nigeria is the last protest that happened. People were so scared because they intimidated us with guns and everything, so no one wanted to come out. But I think we are at that point where we need to step up and say, no, this is not, like, I'm sorry, even in the days of slavery, people had to sacrifice certain people to stand up for the people, because if not, look at it. We are dying. There's no reason why someone is working almost 24 hours a day. You can't even sleep in cool air. And they tell you to shut up. They tell you to delete your videos because you don't have power. Like, come on, yo.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger, because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make.
Thank you so much, Jerry Prof. There's no a way to explain it to them that it's good to die in the house than to die in a coronavirus. That is some pretty rants, lady. Like, I just sat here like, she kept going and going and going and going. And you know what makes a rant original? Yeah? It's because that is a reality. Somebody will say, she's still kind of, the way she look, like she's taking the heat of the economy, or she's got some level of deep pocket to at least weather the storm. It's becoming uncomfortable, inconvenient, and what have you. But she looks like somebody who can still take it and take it. But her rant is so original that I could listen to her all night. And I love it because it's so original that at a point, when you rant and rant and rant, talk, at some point you get tired. You're like, oh God, man. Where do we start from? People would have to stand up, because even during the slavery, there were people who actually stood up against their own slave masters. For the freedom that some of us enjoy today, by the way. Some people actually stood up for that. They died. Those who didn't bled for it. Talking about the rants. Here is the last one, by the way, from the highlight of all rants I picked up for you today by this Gen Z who continue to show support to Raye, that calling Tifnumbu the terrible president is, in fact, should be a compliment. Nobody should get mad. This one is no longer in Nigeria. I left 2 years ago during the Japa period. Many others are still kind of looking forward to their own day of Japa. And yeah, we have cases of those who jackpot and jackpada, of course. But here is someone who has escaped from the contraption, but never escaped from the misgovernance of the contraption.
Hi guys, I'm joining this 30 days ranting challenge because Nigeria happened to me. I lost my dad due to negligence of the hospital. Even if I live in the UK, as a citizen of Nigeria, I've still got right to, rant my rant. My dad had hernia and went to the hospital to treat himself, to do the operation. And due to negligence of the hospital, the place got infected. Not do, it was changing in appearance, it was reducing it, was eating him up, complaining that that particular spot where they did the operation was hurting him. The hospital did scanning. Firstly, how can a full hospital not have a place where they do scanning? Like, you get hospital, if they want to scan it, they go carry patients, not even with ambulance. Now patients go by themselves, do their thing. Can I go another hospital, go do scanning, come back? Like, secondly, if you live in Benin, we went to UBTH was on strike. How can a government-owned hospital be on strike? Like, why? An important institution like hospital be on strike? Like, why? When we've got local government, we've got state government, we've got federal government, and government hospital, they're on strike. That's true. Thirdly, we went to specialist hospital. Not we, because I wasn't in Nigeria. They went to specialist hospital. Guess what? Specialist hospital say beds don't full. Like they cannot receive no patient. Like after that, in the process of moving from one place to another, that was how I lost my dad. Somebody that was very, very strong. Okay, now in drive himself go hospital in less than a week. That was how the man died. My own father, I've never talked about this before, so I decided to join this strategy challenge, even if I did UK. Secondly, Nigeria happened to me again for my mom, because if Nigeria was working, there is no way a bike or any car would be driving one way. If any car not drive one way, I probably would not be a motherless child at a very early age. If that country they work where no car, they're not born anybody where to the drive one way, because in a reasonable country, you know, go if you get sense, if you get brain, if the system are working, you know, go drive one way. If the system are working, hospital no go on strike, I probably will still be having a father. If the system was working, there is no way a government-owned hospital, they go say beds don't full, they not feel receive patients. Like, why? Not the government building fake hospitals wherever here and there, when not they work. This one not be just say Tinubu is a terrible government. The own Nigeria government are terrible, starting from the local government, Shema, starting from the state government, starting from the president, the House of Representative or wherever. All of you are terrible. Everybody is terrible in that country. Because if you people are not terrible, you come to the UK, you go to US, you see their good road. There is no. I've been in the UK for 30 years. I never see road.
My name is Lillian Eme Ogechi, and I'm coming out here to call on every Nigerian woman to come out. We are telling all the whole men to enter inside. It is the turn of we Nigerian women to come out and host a protest. Hashtag Tinubu is a terrible president. Yes, I am joining this 30 days rant. And after the rant, we are going for a protest. And I'm suggesting 4th of April or 1st of April. Every Nigerian woman should come out. Let us host a protest. We don't need the men. The men should back off. The women are the ones that are going to come out this time, and we are going to speak because we are tired. Yes, every Nigerian woman, I am challenging you today. Let us start something. We cannot keep quiet for long. We are not fools. They have used us enough. This is not about tribalism. This is not a tribalism thing. This is not an Igbo thing. This is not a Yoruba thing. This is not an Hausa thing. This is for every single Nigeria living in this country. If we don't talk, they are going to oppress us. And it seems like they are using the people who are supposed to be talking, they are not talking. These people have crippled everybody. So I'm challenging you, Nigerian women, today. If a Nigerian woman come out on the 1st of April 2025, we are hosting a nationwide protest titled Tinubu is a terrible president. Tinubu is a terrible president. Yes, we are tired.
Hi guys, when I'm joining this
Everybody is tired. Like when people tell their stories of how Nigeria happened to them, right? A lot of us have a lot of stories. Lost loved ones who shouldn't even die that way. And then you just have to live with the trauma for the rest of your lives. Just like that. Anyway, let's go to Enugu, where the women in Ehamufu, they continue to protest the incessant terrorism that is currently bedeviling their own communities. In the last few years, especially in the last few months when it got more escalated, the government of the state continued to downplay this crime against this community, this farming communities, and continue to ignore the protesters, while on the other hand, they are promoting or sponsoring those who to drive the narrative that there was actually no Fulani terrorism in Hamufu. So the women became provoked that they actually went after one of the men, helping the government of Enugu State to spread the falsehood that their protest is politically sponsored and there were no Fulani terrorism in Hamufu and adjoining communities. So they looked for the men. They found, or they kind of like caught one of them in their recent protest. So there was a part where they were actually like dragging this man